Welcome to the conversation with the Youngbloods, where everything starts with
The
a conversation.
I'm David.
And I'm Kendra.
Let's jump right on in.
How y'all doing?
Welcome to the conversation.
How you doing?
I'm so good, girl.
You good?
I am. I'm good. I'm relaxed. I'm kind of cold though. I really am. I'm kind of cold in here, but I'm gonna be all right.
You need a blanket?
No, I'd rather share one with you. But listen, we got to talk. So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get caught up in that right now.
So y'all get ready to conversate with us
Yeah,
about
the blueprint or goal
goals. You
goals.
know, somebody said we were goals.
Yeah, I've heard that a couple of times.
Hmm.
I'm a little iffy on it because I don't know if we're goals.
What do you think goals are? What are goals? What's the blueprint?
Okay, let's look at the definition of blueprint. Okay, blueprint is blueprint or it's a model of a
Model of things. So you think we are
thing. Excuse me.
a model of marriage?
I do think that we are an example or a model to some. Yeah, I do.
You do?
But I don't think we're goals though. I wouldn't classify us as goals. What is goals?
Goals. It says the what couples strive to be,
Mm,
or uh, where everyone is so jealous of. It says everyone is so jealous of us, or people are jealous. Goals meaning people we make people jealous of what we have.
and that right there, I would say that the goals that people see are the superficial or the outward signs of what they think they want.
Hmm.
But the thing is, they don't know the struggle that it is to be married.
Right.
They don't know the struggle it is to be with another person,
I'm telling you.
eh,
Let
to
me
be with
tell
Kendra,
y'all. Oh,
to
not to
be with
be.
David.
Okay, because I
Okay,
was about
okay.
to.
I wasn't gonna leave myself out, but and so this is the thing in the beginning.
Hmm.
That's a couple of things I put down. I want to look at this because I don't want us to lose it. I want everybody to understand that we're not what I believe we are goals, but I don't think I think they need to know the whole understanding of what it is to be goals, so
Mm.
they'll know how we got here
Right.
because we didn't start here.
Oh no.
21-year-old David,
Oh Lord.
I was a handful.
Two. Two handfuls.
I
The
don't.
truth is, marriage is hard.
Marriage is a lot of work. It
It's
really is.
hard, and you have to work at it. So if you're gonna be goals, you have to work at being goals. It's not just about the image. I think people see what it looks like,
Right.
what you present. It's like what you get up and put on. You put on your clothes. You put your outfit together, and they see that, but they don't see the process behind it.
They don't understand the work that it takes or that it's taken for us to get to this. All they know is when we start throwing our numbers out there,
Like the years
they,
that we've
we
been
start throwing
married.
our numbers out there.
Yeah.
I think that is what captures them because we've been dating for almost 29 years now
Yeah.
and we've been married over 25 years.
Yeah.
And so the crazy thing is, uh, you look at numbers, you cannot get caught up in the numbers.
Well, because the amount of time a person has been in a relationship does not mean success.
Say that one more time. The
The
amount of
amount of
time.
time that people have been in a relationship
Wow.
does not equal success.
Now I might need to tweet that or X that or whatever that
Oh,
is.
we don't X. I
You
don't
know
X.
what is it now? I think it's X.
It's X.
It's something.
Yeah.
I agree with that because we know people that have been married what 20, 30 years
50,
ain't together no more.
and now they're not married anymore.
And we just hit a crazy time where we're now with adult children that no longer need our support.
Hmm.
And it's just you and me now.
That's it.
So we have to live this thing out for goals for ourselves.
Right. Right. If the amount of time someone has been with another person does not equal success, what does? Like what does that look like? Because we think about um people who've been married for 30, 40 years.
Right.
It takes a great amount of work
Yeah.
to stay
Yeah.
committed
Yeah.
for that long, right? Committed to something.
Okay, that's the thing. What are they committed to? That's the thing. Cause see, it's one thing to be committed to the kids. It's another thing to be committed to an image.
Yeah, I think that's the
Cause
thing.
there's some people that are committed to the image of marriage
Or the
or
idea.
the idea of marriage,
Hmm.
and then there's some folk that and they get tired. They're committed uh, to the thoughts of others.
So you just said something there. You said committed to the idea of marriage. I think that's what people are attracted to. I think because if you think about it, J Lo, Jennifer Lopez, they've been married 99,000 times,
Yeah, yeah.
and they have said that they were goals. They had a whole what you call the name thing.
Jennifer.
Yeah, they had the whole name
Uh
thing,
huh.
and they divorced.
She got with
She
Alex
got with somebody else.
Rodriguez, and then somebody. I don't even want to keep calling them out, but
Yeah, and then I think they back together now.
yeah, they are.
Yeah, so
So when you look at it, man, listen, if you get past the idea of marriage and get down to the nitty gritty, the question is, why did you marry the person in the first place? In order to have a goal, you have to be going after something. It has to be representing something. And so for you, you weren't a goal like, oh, I get married to her, we've reached goals. I was like, if I get married to her, that's who I want to be with the rest of my life. And so the thing is, my life is about being with you, not just being in front of other people with you.
okay, okay.
See, it's not about how you make me look being with you in front of other people. It's about how you make me feel when ain't nobody else around.
It's about the moments when ain't nobody there.
Because the intimacy of our relationship has nothing to do with people.
Right,
It is not when we're around people. It's actually when we're not around people.
right.
And this is the things we don't see where people not even sleeping in the same bed together, people not even sleeping in the same room together. They don't like each other, but then put on this facade when they get out in front of folk.
Yeah.
And the truth is, I like you.
Right. I actually like hanging out with you.
I like being around you.
I do.
I
I
ain't gotta
like
be
hanging
around
with you.
nobody else.
Right.
And
Right.
so the goal is to make each other happy, not for people to be talking about, oh, look at them. I don't get. That's why I don't I don't get caught up in people talking about how we goals and stuff. Because listen, I don't care what you think.
Right.
I don't care. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm glad we're able to inspire you. But don't let our life, our marriage be the only inspiration or your inspiration, because your inspiration has to come from the relationship you have with the person.
Make sure you like who you trying to be goals with.
Like them.
Make sure you like who you trying to be goals with.
Come on, come on.
Because if you don't like who you trying to be goals with, y'all ain't gonna be goals for long.
Listen, them being fine and them having a nice shape does not make them goals. How you look in a mirror together does not make y'all
The
goals.
pictures and the posts don't make you goals.
Man, you cannot. Just because people talk about y'all look good together doesn't mean y'all supposed to get married. I'm telling you,
So it's the idea. I think people fall in love with the
idea
idea of
marriage.
marriage.
Idea of marriage.
Now we have a daughter
We do.
who ain't even trying to be married at this point because she good with her, and we good that she good with her.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you can get good with you first, I think that's goals.
That's the first goal.
I think that's
Be
goals.
good with you, boo.
I think that's goals.
Baby.
Be good with yourself, because when you good with you, what you bring to the table is going to make you good with who you're with.
Well, the issue is there are a lot of people that don't know how to be by themselves.
I don't know.
They don't. They don't know how to. There's people that cannot stand to be in a house by themselves.
But think about this. We got married really young.
We did. So I don't know what it is to be by
19.
myself.
I was 21. I mean, you were 21.
Yes.
How would we be by ourselves? Like, I don't even know what that looks like.
Okay, let's even go further back then. Because you were getting ready to be 16 and I just turned 18,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm 46 now. I don't remember a
Ooh,
time
that's a
without you.
long time.
I
That's a
don't
long
remember
time.
a time being without you
Right.
or not having connection to you.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute.
And we may make it through
Mm-hmm.
all of our differences in spite of
We do, cause we completely different. Like
it.
completely different.
I don't like going outside, but you like being outdoors.
I'm country.
I'm not.
I'm a country girl.
I'm urban.
I like to be
City.
outdoors.
Give me the city. I want to live in a condo downtown Dallas.
And I need a porch. And I need a porch.
I want the doorman and the valet to park my car
And I need the mailbox down the street.
and your garage. Yeah. And so, but the thing is, so when we look at it, someone would say, "Well, how did y'all get together?" Because it has nothing to do with how we view together. It has to do with that we like each other.
Right.
Can I be in a room with you, disagree with you, and still love you?
Because it's, oh, that's good. Because it's a choice. Goals are a
Say
choice.
that one more time.
Goals are a choice. You have got to wake up every day and make this choice that you want to be goals with the person. That's why it's important that you like the person that you're with.
And goals mean I don't get to choose not to love you,
Mm,
even though I don't like what you've done.
right. So, do you really want to be goals? Because goals is work.
All right. Goals are me loving you or choosing to love you even when I don't like what you've done. I could be upset with you about an action, but still love you because that's the real goal. It's not about me getting, oh, I don't like what you've done, so now I put you to the curb. This is why I don't understand if you really love someone, how you divorce, unless there's some circumstances. But irreconcilable differences, I don't understand. That means it questions the love,
Well,
I,
it questions the choice.
the choice. Say it
It
like that.
questions the
That's good.
choice because
That's
this is
good.
the thing.
I agree
You
with that.
can love
Questions the
somebody.
choice.
You can
Yes,
love somebody, and you can really love them, but they not be the right choice for you, right?
mm,
So you can be in a relationship with somebody who's not God's choice for you, which is
wow.
why it does not end up being what it's supposed to be. Because we cannot be goals without God. Let's start there. If you want to be goals, you have to include God in that. So sometimes I feel like what we do is we choose the wrong people and then we try to make goals when God already has goals set up for us.
I agree.
And that includes your relationship.
I agree.
But because we like what we like and we want what we want, we pick what we pick, and then we get what we get, and we upset because goals is not it.
I would tell you like this. I would tell you like this. This is where, and I'm not gonna get preachy and cha-cha, but the truth is, you you said it. You can't have goals without God. That means there's a such thing as discernment.
Well, can I?
I need to be able to understand if this is the one. Just because she light skinned or she chocolate or basically what your like is or what you're attracted to. Just because you're attracted to it doesn't mean it's for you.
But the question is, how do you know it's God? And the way you know it's God is because you have a relationship with God
Exactly.
that causes you to know his voice and you know what he wants for you. That relationship is what's going to make the difference between you making the wrong choice and the right choice. When your relationship is strong with a person, you know them, you know how they move, you know what they move, how they're moving. So say for instance,
Well, that's what I
if
meant by
someone
discernment.
if
But you,
someone
you broke it down real
comes
good.
if someone comes to you and say, hey, I saw Kendra at Chick-fil-A buying like chicken for lunch, what you gonna say?
They a lie because Kendra don't eat chicken.
And why do you know that?
Because I know you.
Because you know me and you have a relationship with me.
And
And people who have a relationship with me know that I don't eat chicken. I mean, y'all know now because
well,
we just told you.
and,
But if someone were to come and say that to anybody who has a close relationship with me, then they would know that that person doesn't know what they're talking about. They would second guess what I was doing there.
and
Even if
That's like somebody saying that I saw David sharing watermelon
Yeah. But
with somebody else.
even if a person actually saw me, if you saw me at Chick-fil-A, you would question my reasoning for being, you got, oh, she must be getting lunch for somebody else. Because you know I'm not getting it for me.
Oh yeah.
Because you know me. So the answer to the question
Okay.
is relationship. When you know God and you know his voice and you have a
Yeah,
relationship with
I
him
agree.
and you talk to him and you have conversations with him, he tells you what it is that he wants from you or what it is that he has for you.
I think he
And
is
so,
good at raising flags that we have a tendency to ignore.
right, right,
I really do.
right.
I believe we God will raise flags and uncover some stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and and this is where, whoo, you have to be careful going after goals and sleeping with them before you've obtained the goal of marriage,
Mm,
because you'll look over flags because how you're caught up emotionally.
right. So goals. We need God.
We first need God.
What else we need?
We need to be able to communicate.
Communicate.
Communication is a requirement. How can we be goals if we never learn to understand one another?
Right.
I learned you by talking to you,
Yeah.
but I also had to listen.
But yes, you are so right. We
Yeah,
ignore the red flags
we do.
all the time, and God shows us over and over and over
And
again. And we
over.
go pick the same dude, the same girl every time, ignoring red flags. But let me ask you this, because I think attraction
Uh huh.
is important.
I do. I You gotta like what they look like,
I think attraction is,
cause you bad.
if they ain't cute to you in the beginning, don't waste your time.
You look good, girl. You bad. You that chick.
Thank you.
I'm telling you.
I appreciate that.
Hey.
But I'm just saying, like, you gotta. I think a lot of times we forget that attraction, that is also important. Like,
Yeah.
we think that, oh, it's what you look like on the inside. That's true.
You cannot be. You cannot expect to be with someone, to stay with someone that you do not enjoy looking at.
We talk about this all the time in our family.
You can't.
Like, we talk about this all the
You
time
can't.
with our kids. Love what you're looking at. Okay.
I love to be able to look over and look at you
Because
because I
in the
don't have to
heat of a
worry.
moment, in an argument, you know what you gonna say?
You too ugly to be arguing
I'm
with me
not gonna
like
be
that.
ugly. I'm not gonna be arguing with you with your little ugly self.
Yeah, yeah. It's coming out. It's gonna come out.
With your big old head. Like, you
Oh
gonna say, you gonna find something
man.
if you're not attracted to that person.
That's the truth.
If you're not attracted, it's gonna be a problem.
Oh.
And it's easier to walk out on.
But be careful now. Be careful. Because when we get focused on goals,
Mm-hmm.
we'll key in strictly on looks and look past trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Got a nasty attitude, don't like nobody, but you caught up in the way they look.
Yeah. And how many people have stayed in a relationship because of an image, upkeeping an image
Uh,
for for
well,
goals.
this is the crazy thing about attraction. This is the thing that scares me. Because when you go strictly off attraction
Mm-hmm.
and never allow a relationship to develop, you really don't have goals. You have failures.
Mm-hmm.
And so what happens is, this is what I mean by that. They'll call it goals,
Mm-hmm.
but because it's not productive, it's failures. And there are a lot of relationships that are walking around as failures, but keeping up the image
Mm-hmm.
of goals because of the way they look.
Mm-hmm.
The worst thing to do is to get a piece of candy, unwrap it, and it's all torn up on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
That is, I got a Butterfinger one time. I bought it. And when I unwrapped it, the Butterfinger was gray
Mm.
because what was inside didn't represent what the wrapper said on the outside
Mm-hmm.
because the candy was stale. The inside of it was nasty. The chocolate was spoiled. I'm like, oh, this is not what I look for. So there's a lot of people with a lot of good wrapping because of the way they look. But when you peel it back, you get to the house.
Mm-hmm.
When they walk in the door, you at home with them, the chocolate's stale.
Mm. It's stale.
Don't that make sense?
It does.
Makes so much
It does
sense.
make sense.
And you know how many people want that candy bar?
They
You know how
want
many people
it
talk about, ooh,
because of how it's
ooh.
presented. Yes,
You
because
know
of
how
how
many
it's
people talk about,
presented.
ooh, that Butterfinger, ooh, it look good. But they only see the wrapping.
That's it.
They never take time because if they sit down and talk to them, that couple can't give advice.
Yeah.
That couple can't say, this is what we love about each other, this is what we like about each other, this is, but their goals,
So what do you think about the time? Like, okay, so dating time,
dating.
because sometimes you can think you goals
Yeah,
because you're attracted to this person. There's chemistry.
yeah,
There's you like them a lot.
yeah,
You'll have a good time together.
yeah.
But if it's not God's choice and you date for a minute, how long do you think that should like go? How long should you date before you be like, oh my God, like I got this chemistry. It's been 3 months. I don't see myself without you. We're goals. Everybody said we're goals.
I tell you, people try to put time frames on things, and this is the problem with that.
Mm-hmm.
When you start trying to put time on things, what you're saying is there is a structure to this. When there's people that have been dated 4 months and have been married for 50 years
And
and are
still
happy.
married and still married. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's not time; it's what effort they put in to get to know each other.
Mm-hmm.
What what they did in order to get to understand one another. Man, this is the thing. Just because you went out a couple of times, just because you went on a couple of vacations, blah 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 blah, don't mean you're ready.
Mm-hmm.
Because the truth is, unless the individual's ready,
Yeah.
the couple
The
ain't gonna be
unit ain't
nothing.
going. The unit ain't gonna work.
God blessed us. Let's be honest.
He had to, cause we
Because we
was
were not
young.
ready. I wasn't ready, and you weren't ready.
I don't think we were.
I know I wasn't ready. This is the problem with that. Watch this. I didn't realize how to really love you until about 15 years in.
Mm, mm.
Goals. You don't understand. The first 15 years, you might have wanted to leave. I know there were some years in there you was like, you know what? I can deal with this all by myself. I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
But it takes God to get the person ready to be able to truly love the other one.
Yeah.
And thank God that you didn't leave.
And you either.
Yeah. Thank God that you didn't
What
leave.
was this?
I felt it in the tinglies.
Um, you need to know the difference between red flags and differences, because we will take differences
And make them red
and make
flags.
them red flags, and you can miss out on who God prepared you for, or
Prepared for
prepared
you
for you,
because of
thinking
the
that the
differences.
difference is a red flag, that oh, I don't like that they did that, or or whatever. And that's not really a red flag. It's just that y'all are two different people who grew up differently and have different ways of thinking and doing things.
I really think that has turned people off from getting together.
I think we have a really strict list sometimes. Like our list, it binds us to a contract that we are the only ones in. Like it ain't God and us. It ain't us and the person.
Say
It's
that.
just
Say
us in
that.
this contract. And
Wow.
we have bound ourselves to this list, and she got to be this tall, and she got to be have this color hair, and she's got to have this, many jobs and degrees, and she's got to have no kids, and she's got to have this, and she's got to have that, this, and this. And the point is, who said that? How is it? How is it that we have this list, and if they don't check every block on this
I'm
list.
finna mess you
We
up.
call these red flags and not
And it's
differences.
all of this is differences.
That's all it is a difference. And because we have many differences.
We do. We are not alike at
And
all.
and if we were to have not dated based off our differences, we wouldn't be together.
Right. Right. And that's the crazy thing. This is what's crazy. I'm gonna say something. I know that this is so right. I know this is so crazy. A lot of people get their list
Mm-hmm.
by looking at somebody else's partner.
Oh, that's good. That's real
A
good.
lot of people create their list or formulate their list from a conglomerate or a collection of men that they've either seen,
Mm-hmm.
interacted with, or know personally.
You know what? Do you know how many times I've heard from another lady that they've told their husband, "You should act more like Pastor Youngwood."
It was said to me in a counseling session that some dude told me
I've heard
that
that.
his wife told him in an argument, you need to act like Pastor. You need to act like this one.
You know what my
You need to act
response
like,
was?
no, they don't.
Do you know what my response was?
I'm not your boo.
My response was, he is a man.
Come on through here.
He is a man.
So,
And he does man things. And just because your man ain't hitting on all cylinders today, don't mean he need to be just like
no. It,
Youngblood.
it don't, nobody needs to be just like me. Not even my son needs to be just like me.
Mm-mm.
He will have some traits like me, but he still has to be his own person
Mm-hmm.
because he's married to somebody completely different than me.
Right. Right.
He's not married to you.
Mm-mm.
He married to who he married to.
Mm-hmm.
I am designed and God has evolved me into what's best for you
Right.
without me losing myself.
Right. That's good. That's
Oh boy.
good. That's
That's
good.
another animal altogether.
That's good. That's a whole
Because
nother
goals
conversation.
does not mean you lose yourself to be with the other person. Let me stop. We got to quit because
We
man,
gotta
we can.
wrap this
It's
up.
a conversation. It
Cause
has just
goals,
been a
I'm telling you,
conversation.
cause that's a big old thing right there. Goals is a big thing. So what do we take from this? Cause what can we give y'all from this conversation? What do we take from it?
The goals of a couple has to start with the understanding of the individual.
Right.
Let me say that one more time. The goals of the couple
Mm-hmm.
have to start with the understanding of the individual.
Meaning the individual you or the individual.
Individual me, the individual you.
Right.
We can be called goals. If they want to call us goals, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But it's because we understand our individual selves now
Mm-hmm.
that we're able to act together as a goals as a couple,
Mm-hmm. As a unit.
as a unit. We're a
Mm-hmm.
unit now.
Right.
And you can't break this up. Which is why, okay, call us goals if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
But make sure you know yourself so that you can connect with the right one.
Right.
So that you can have your own goals too.
Mm-hmm. So here's a goal for you. Make sure that you have a relationship with Christ because that's your first goal. Your first goal should
Come
be
on.
to get your life together with Christ. Is when you know Christ and Christ knows you, then he going to give you your goal boo. He going to give you your goal boo. And then y'all can be goals for real.
There you go.
Have you enjoyed the conversation? If so, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell for notifications. Also, follow us on our Instagram page at The YB Life.
Be sure to join us for the next episode of The Conversation with the Youngbloods, where everything starts
With
with
the
a conversation.
conversation.